This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty. So, NBA team values are out. They have been announced. Who do you think is the number one team when it comes to value in the NBA? Worth. Who do you think it is? I'm sure you all pretty much guessed it. The Golden State Warriors are number one in the NBA at $7.56 billion. That's what think about how being a shitty franchise year in and year out, but it's in New York and you have the Garden and you're worth that much. It's amazing. The Lakers are number 3 at $6.44 billion. The Bulls are number 4 at $4.09 billion, up 16%. And the Celtics round out the top 5 at $3.92 and up 14%. The Miami Heat is number 12 in the NBA in value at $3.2 billion. And they are up 29% from last year in value. Is that awesome or what? Now the Orlando Magic, they are now worth $1.91 billion, and they are up 13%. The Pelicans, by the way, are the least valuable team in the NBA at $1.63 billion. They're up 8%. How about that? So, Mickey, come on, bro. Let's go. Spend a little extra cash, my man. We love what you're doing. Make life a little easier for Spo and Riles and company. Problem is now with the Heat, they have no trade chips now because they've given up all their picks and they don't really have a lot of picks left to trade. So you really don't have enough picks to make a big ass trade. And even if you could spend the money now, it would be harder to pull it off because you don't have the assets to give back nowadays. And but that's kind of, if your owner isn't really willing to spend year in and year out, only, if we run into LeBron, okay, so that's once in a lifetime. Okay, great. And so that's when you're only willing to do it, and you're not willing to get better when you can, no matter what. Even if you can become a tax team for 1 year and then get back under the tax the following year, which is what they have always done, if they can do that, and yet they have not in several years, they haven't been a tax team because they're constantly trying to avoid it. It's sad because now they're in a tough position because now they don't, even if they wanted to spend, it would be so much tougher now to make any kind of acquisition because the Heat can be outbid by anybody practically because most people will have assets and Miami will not have assets. And look at this. They've already devalued one of them, unfortunately, in Duncan Robinson. Duncan was an asset. Now he's no longer the same asset. Now you can no longer get what you could have gotten with him. So there you go. Miami number 12 in NBA value, according to Forbes. That is your KSDT CPA Sports Business Report.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.